Hi, welcome to another episode of Car to Car. I'm Ramon.
And hi, I'm Dana, and today we'll answer the question: has policing evolved to be the best in history? What are your thoughts?
This may be a little bit controversial, but I'm going to say yes with an asterisk. So, if we look at where policing came from, which was from slave patrols and the control of people and not um, policing the black communities, I would have to say yes. I mean, I think we're at a point now where we're doing community policing. We have the advancement of technology in policing. Um, we have internal affairs that are better than it was before. Over the decades, I think that it's gotten better. We still have a long way to go, but I think it's gotten better because of the advancement in the different areas, like I said, and I'll break them down. So let's say technology, where in the beginning, you didn't have body worn cameras, you didn't have GPS, you didn't have police radios, you had a call box, you had word of mouth of incidents that are happening. Now we can actually visibly, visually see some of these actions that are happening, not just from cameras around the community or from cameras that people have individually, but the actual body worn camera. The cameras have GPS, the radios have GPS. So I think technology wise, you see a great explosion in how policing has changed. We have, shot spotter where if you shoot a gun, you can pinpoint where that gun has come from. Um, the actions of police officers, I think, have gotten better from where, again, we came from slave patrols and not policing the black community. And now the black community is being policed. Some may say as harsh as back, it was back in the day, but I don't think it's as harsh. It still um, leaves some to be desired, but it has changed. You at least have now where you have internal affairs that are actually investigating some of these cases. They may not always come up with the answer that the civilian wants, but you at least have somebody investigating. Back in the day, you just had a police chief saying, okay, whatever. So I think when we look at the totality of where policing was and how it started to where we are today, I would say yes. But we still have a long ways to go.
I agree. We have some work to do, and we've come a long way. And I would like more standardization because every department, it's like 18,000 or so police departments in the country, and everyone doesn't get the same training or have the same resources. So more standardization in those respects, so that everyone can grow together at the same time to get better. But it has, to the points that you've mentioned in all of those, it has gotten better for sure. So with community policing, the police departments are more responsive to the communities, and also work with the communities to enforce concerns that are important to the community, as opposed to just blanketly enforcing it the way the police would want to enforce it. So it's more of a collaborative effort to address the community, and also work with different resources as far as job programs or mentorship programs like the PAL programs, for give kids activities during the summer and different things. It's much better.
Yeah, I would agree. And again, I think the one thing that I didn't mention before was politics. The politics is one of those things that negatively affects, or negatively or positively, depending on if there's some sort of um, uh, voting cycle or whatever like that. So there is some great positive things that are happening, and there's some negative stuff that's happening as well. So I think we are at the best that where we are. We have a long way to go, but we're at a better place.
It is. And to your point with politics, unfortunately, the police has always been used to enforce even bad policies, unfair policies, like, say, back in the 60s when it was just illegal to sit at a counter to order food. It was the police used to enforce unjust laws. So, and I even think even like with say with rental cars, when a person is an overdue renter, it's really it skates the line between a civil matter and the lobbyists made it a criminal matter. And when you have the police as repo, bad things happen. I used to tell people, especially a lot of girlfriends used to report their car stolen from their boyfriends who may have come late. And I was like, your car's not stolen. You know who has your car. You gave them permission to have your car. You're just not coming back. I say, if we stop that car, it's not going to be, hey, so and so wants the car. It's going to be at gunpoint. So I say, be careful reporting your car stolen if your child is coming back late or something like that, because it's that could be a dangerous situation.
Yeah, and to
And
your rental car point now, you know, a day before they'll send you a text message. Are you still returning your car on this date, or
yeah,
do you need another day or two? So that's interesting where we've come from. But again, love where we're at to a degree, but I do know that we do have to do a better job because we're being policed differently in different areas. And I think what needs to happen, and I'm going to try not to be on a soapbox here, but I think what needs to happen is we need to really pay attention to who we're policing. I think every community deserves to be policed differently. And the reason I say that is because I look at me policing, and when I would go to a black community, and let's say that I get a lot of um, negativity up front, I would just be patient and listen because I understand the history of what's happened in the black community. I understand how they feel about the police. And so I didn't take it personal when someone was like, oh, y'all finally showed up, or man, blah, blah, this, whatever. I didn't take it personal. I just listened. And when they finished venting, I said, hey, do you still need the police? Because not only has some of the situations that they've been involved in, maybe they've happened to me or my family members because I'm black. So let's take it to maybe like the Hispanic community. I had to learn to police them a little differently. I mean, we're trained not to let people truly get in our personal space, and I learned that a lot of older um, Hispanics like to hug you or touch you or things of that nature. So I think you have to truly um, police each community differently, and we have to evolve as police officers. Police officers, we're taught to be this rigid arming force instead of guardians of the Constitution and guardians of people. And so I think we have to do a better job of taking that next step of community policing, because all of the dancing, the turkey giveaways, the toy drives, and all of that thing is if we're not being held accountable, we're not policing people the right way, all of that goes out of the window.
agreed. So we'll leave it right there. And thanks for watching another episode of Car to Car Podcast. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and also feedback. Tell us where you think policing is today. Till next time.